with legal snags, I have to tell you that this is being recorded.
Oh, okay.
All right, you're the second competitor. So welcome everybody to Cheap Pop Quiz. As we saw on the first episode, Scott got the question number 5. Now, will my next guest, the Toronto legend, Mr. FRETZ, beat him? FRETZ, what's going on, bro? This is our first time actually interacting. I mean, talking in person, kind of on Skype. We've texted and we've messaged for months now. But it's nice to finally have you, and it's great to have you on the show because I know that you claim to be a waterfall of wrestling knowledge.
Well, don't go chasing waterfalls, as they say. You better stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Oh, a little TLC. Little TLC. And that's not tables, ladders, and chairs, folks. If you're under the age of 30, that is chili, left eye, and what was it, T-Bone? Was it T-Bone? T-Boz? I don't know what. No one knew who she was.
I just remember Lisa Left Eye Lopez. That's it.
I remember chili. I don't know. Was it T-Boz? T-Bone? I don't know. There's the next question. You guys answer that in the Patreon, please do. So how far you think you're gonna get?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have the benefit of having the text right here in front of me on the screen, so it might be a pretty short stop here. So we'll have to wait and see.
Again, if this is your first time watching this, because this is the only second episode of this, if he gets all the way through, he wins a free shirt, sweatshirt, whatever he wants from the RWA shop. Now, he gets 3 lifelines. One lifeline's 50-50, one lifeline's a hint, and the next is he has 45 seconds to Google something. Again, he cannot Google anything. When he answers, I must see his hands at all times. If you could see my hands, you could tell I worked all day because there's paint all over them still. So, FRETZ, I will ask you if it's your final answer. I wish I had $1 million like Regis Philbin, but I don't. So let's get into this. Are you ready for the cheap pop quiz?
I'm ready, willing, and able.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Brand split coming soon. All right. First one's a doozy. Whose wrestling move was the Stone Cold Stunner? A, Triple H. B, Stone Cold Steve Austin. C, Bret Hart. Or D, The Great Khali.
You know what? In his debut match, Mr. Helmsley did use the Ace Crusher. However, I gotta go with Mr. Austin here.
Yeah, is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Congrats, you are on to question number 2. Wow, what a day. If you don't get this right, considering everything that's behind me right now, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, boy.
What was the name of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose's stable? A, The Shield. B, The Brood. C, SWAT. D, Ministry of Darkness.
I'm not even going to joke about it because you're such a big fan. The Shield.
Yes, that is. I'm not even going to ask you for your final answer because if you didn't get that.
Come on. I've been listening to you for a year.
All right, here we go. This is 3. I mean, 3's pretty easy, but this is where Scott started using lifelines. This star made his debut at Survivor Series 2014. Star/or stars. A, The Shield. B, Sting. C, Kevin Owens. Or D, AJ Styles.
Sting came out during the Authority match. I'll never forget it.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is absolutely correct. Now, funny story about that. The Survivor Series happened 2 days after my daughter was born. My wife was still in the hospital. My daughter was still in the hospital. And I remember I yelled, "Holy shit!" Because I was watching on the WWE Network, which like just came out at the time. And the nurses came in. They're like, "What happened?" I was like, "Sting's in WWE." So I think I scared the shit out of the nurses. But that's one of my favorite debuts, as my friend Matt Riddle would say. Here's another Shield question, because it is a Shield heavy show, because this week's Dean Ambrose's last match in WWE. What pay-per-view did all members of the Shield hold the WWE Championship? A, Royal Rumble. B, Money in the Bank 17. C, Money in the Bank 16. Or D, Extreme Rules?
Ooh, man. Now this is where it gets tough, because I think this was a there was a cash in at this one, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
17 was, wait, it's 2019. Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
2017 was 16.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
That is correct. Wow. No lifelines. And you are now on your fifth question, which is the furthest anyone has gotten. But believe me, it's only going to get harder. Question number 5. The entrance song, This Fire Burns, was used by this superstar before CM Punk used it as his entrance music. A, Randy Orton. B, Wade Barrett. C, Chris Jericho. Or D, Sheamus? Oh, you knew it.
RKO.
And that is correct. Now, are you a Killswitch Engage fan, or is it just you know that song? Because that is actually how I became a fan of CM Punk, because I was watching and this Fire Burns hit, and I went, holy shit, Killswitch Engage is one of my favorite bands. I like this guy.
You're gonna want to slap me, but before CM Punk, I really didn't know Killswitch.
Hey, it's a niche market. A lot of people still don't know who Killswitch Engage is. But the funny thing is, my disdain for Randy Orton, do you think that goes away if he kept that as his song?
You might have a soft spot for it.
Exactly, right? You're on question number 6, FRETZ.
Nice.
You know what that means? You have 10 more questions to go until you win a free t-shirt. Question number 6. Who was the first WWF/WWF champion? A, Bob Backlund. B, Buddy Rogers. C, Bruno Sammartino. Or D, Hulk Hogan?
Bob Backlund, the WWFE. I think that switched over in the late 70s, and that would have been during Bob Backlund's initial title run. Final answer.
That's your final answer.
Yep.
No lifelines used.
Ooh, wait. WWF and WWW. Oh, hang on. Let's have a hint.
It's not Bob Backlund. There's your hint.
Oh, Buddy Rogers then.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Thank God for lifelines, and thank God for the question. Is that your final answer?
Oh, man.
That was close. That was close. Question number 7. These two wrestlers. Oh, you're from Canada. You got to know this. These two wrestlers formed a tag team called Sudden Impact in Canada before becoming major stars in the business. A, Edge and Christian. B, Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart. C, Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. D, Bret Hart and Owen Hart.
Jericho and Storm.
Wow, without even lifeline. I thought that was going to be a lot tougher. Is that your final answer?
Final answer, because I listened to Talk is Jericho. I have his book.
Yep, that is correct. That's where I got it from, too, as well. Talk is Jericho. I thought that was a pretty hard question, but of course, when the person who gets to it happens to be from fucking Canada. So, okay. Number 8. Who was the first person to be hit with Undertaker's new finisher, The Last Ride? A, Mick Foley, B. Edge, C. Shane McMahon, or D. D'Lo Brown? We just had to have a D'Lo Brown reference on this show.
You better recognize that. Hey, who was it? There was Shane McMahon, and who else? Who else was it?
Edge, Mick Foley, or D'Lo Brown?
Definitely not Foley because he was the commish.
Mm-hmm.
The Undertaker came back at Judgment Day 2000, and
so we used a hint. We still have 2 lifelines left.
Let's see, Edge was in the. You know what? I'm gonna go for what's my other lifelines?
You can 50-50 it, or you can Google it.
I'm gonna Google that one. I'm not proficient on my cellular device here, so you have to excuse.
Well, the good thing is I'm gonna put my 45 seconds on the clock. You're getting extra time because I'm really bad at finding my stopwatch.
Yeah, and I'm really bad at.
All right, starting now.
And I'm really bad at tech, and I'm really bad at my device here. So let's see. Okay, so this darn YouTube video better. Nope, that's not right, because that was Bloody Kurt Angle. It's not giving me anything, so I'm just gonna risk it. Shane McMahon.
Is this your final answer? You got 1 lifeline left where I can 50-50 it. You're gonna risk it, 50-50 it. You're just gonna let a lifeline go. You're gonna just throw it out. Scott made the same mistake in episode 1, and I just don't want people to keep making that mistake where you leave with a lifeline.
What the hell? 50 it.
Edge or Mick Foley?
Edge.
Is that your final answer?
Of course.
That is correct. See, so the lifelines do help you.
Yep. And now I'm in for the home stretch here.
Now you're in it to win it for the next 6 questions. Question number 9. Who was the first IWGP Heavyweight Champion in 1983? The belt's first adaptation, before the belt became what it was today. So it isn't the history of the belt today. I'm going to give you a hint because this is a tough one. The IWGP Heavyweight title used to be just a trophy that people won. Who won the first one? A. Hulk Hogan, B. Vader, C. Antonio Inoki, or D. Andre the Giant?
And I'm out of. Oh my Lord, I used them all.
And that's a tough one.
And what year did you say this was?
1983.
3. Didn't give you a month, did it?
Didn't give me a month. Shit. I can find the month if you would like.
I don't know how much help it'll be, but I think 83. That's when Hogan became the champion in 84. And I think before that he was still.
The date established was June 2nd, 1983.
That's about 10 months before I was born.
The person won via knockout, which is a fun thing.
All right, I'm just gonna put all my cards on the table and go for Antonio Inoki.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
He won it in 1984. The inaugural champion in 1983 via knockout was Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
That's a stinger. That's a stinger. But you got to question number 9.
Wow.
How much harder was this than you thought it would be?
Once you got into IWGP, and that's, for a lack of a better term, foreign territory for me.
Yeah. Well, it's a wrestling one. So, I mean, if you would have made it through, you had 1, 2, 3. You have 3 WWE questions, 1 Hollywood question, 1 WCW question, and 1 more IWGP.
Oh, boy.
So you got close.
Right on. That was fun.
It's a good time because you do actually learn about a little bit about history, and I love learning about the history of wrestling. So these questions are fun. The only problem is now I have to go find 9 more questions to write for the next person because you did get far. So any final words to the beautiful Patreons who are going to take this challenge on next?
Good luck. Maybe brush up on some of your research. And Scott, buddy, you should have had me because I would have got that Owen Hart question for you.
Yeah, see, hear that? And here's my advice, guys. Use your lifelines.
You even do what I just did. You can use them quickly, although you might run into a bit of a wall.
Might run into a Hulk Hogan question.
Might run into a Hulk.
Which is funny because it's foreign territory, but it's the biggest American wrestler of all time.
Exactly. It had to be Hulk.
Yeah, but it was, Antonio was a good, because that's who he defeated for one. That's who he beat. And in 1984, Antonio did win it. So, I mean, you were on the right track. But, FRETZ, I want to thank you so much, not only for playing this game, but for all the support. This is my way of interacting with you guys because, we do the show every week and we do the after show, but we never get to talk. So this is our way of doing it. So if you want to come on the show and take the hot seat, we had about a 10-minute conversation before we even started recording. Come do it. Go to patreon.com/rantwithin if you're catching this, because this will be up for a free preview for all to see. So everyone can come in and try to beat the cheap pop quiz. Until next time, we will see you later.